Hey guys, so I didn't film a great intro to this video, so I'm doing it now. I had some old models and stuff that I had just stuck away in boxes, and I have a friend that's really into that stuff, so I ended up trading him those, and I just gave them to him and said, man, we'll trade for something someday. I don't want any money or anything, just one day we'll find the right thing and you can just trade me. Well, we were going through some old vehicles on his property, and I found this perfectly good seat that would fit in my truck. So I asked him, hey man, you want to give up this seat for those models? And he said yeah. So I was very grateful. Got a new seat for my truck, and here's the process of putting it in. So guys, I got a new seat. There was a box sitting on it, so the bottom of the box stuck to it. If you see close, there's some mold and stuff. And it's just been sitting in an old broke down truck for a long time, and I traded one of my friends something for this, so thank you, Bucky. I really appreciate it. Anyway, my buddy's coming to pick it up, and he's gonna do a good cleaning job on it. I think you can see how nasty it is. So there's a little tear in the seat right here and a little bit right there, but that's fine. I'm gonna put a blanket down over this anyway because of the dog. So, yeah, here is the before. Alright guys, well, you could see it had a lot of mold on it and stuff, and you got it all clean. I think you might have hit it a little hard at the pressure washer right there, but I'm putting a blanket down right here, I don't really care. It's got a couple tears. That's just from heat cracking over time. And the guy that gave it to me said he put a screwdriver in his pocket one day and got in the truck and it poked a hole. So this one's not gonna have a blanket over it, but I'm not really worried about that. I'm probably gonna try to glue something on top of this before, just to keep it from getting worse, because as soon as I sit my fat butt on there, it's gonna tear this all the way to that one. So maybe I'll try to like heat weld something on there, or just glue this together, or I might just honestly put a piece of tape over it, because like I said, it's gonna have a blanket anyway. So my last seat didn't have a hole for the seat belts. I had to go between the seats, which wasn't too bad, but this is kind of nice. And I actually got the little cups that fit in there, so that'll look good too. But Baldy, if you see this, bro, thank you for cleaning my seat, man. I'm gonna give y'all a little peek of my other seat, what I've been dealing with. Bubba, I'm sorry, we're not going riding. Daddy has to go to work. Alright guys, well, real quick I want to say that Sherry from the Apricate Tiny House, she sent me the reupholstery kit for my seat, and all I really had to do was go to Walmart and pick up stuffing for the cushion, you know, and I did plan on doing it. But the problem is that my seat is in pretty bad shape, like the structural of my seat. You know, there's a lot of busted springs and stuff like that, so I really would have been doing a lot of work for just a Band-Aid, because it still was going to be very poor seat in my spot, you know. So I still do have the seat cover, and Sherry, I really appreciate you sending that to me. I'm sure I'll use it in the future. I will have many of these trucks, so anyway, I want to say that first, so thank you, Sherry. And check out my seat. Back's in pretty bad shape. You can see pulling through it. There's my gas. I basically just have a blanket in here, which used to lay over the whole thing until I cut it up for my motorcycle seat. And that's when things kind of really started going downhill. But there's some trash under there too. Yeah, I know that looks awful. It never has been a bother, and I've never wanted to replace it really, unless I just found a good seat. But anyway, I considered taking it to a reupholstery shop. It was going to cost me $500 to get the seat repaired and redone, but I just didn't really want to spend the money on it, so I just been kind of dealing with it, and it doesn't really bother me. Anyway, I got a new seat now, and now that I've got a new seat, I'm probably going to redo some of my interior in my truck, just sand everything down and paint it, so that'll be obviously way in the future. But I'm gonna need some new carpet for it, and I'm gonna need some new seals for the windows and the windshield. And then my interior will be pretty nice in the truck, so I probably will never paint the side, but if I do, it'll be light blue, almost like this shirt. Anyway, I gotta go to work, guys. Sorry for rambling about my beat up truck. So I put the truck seat in the bus because it's supposed to thunderstorm and everything today, and this dude just crawled up to go riding. I told you we're not going riding. And my boss wonders why I'm late to work. Look what I have to deal with.
It's a good thing I put the seat in the bus. Bad things are coming.
Alright guys, this is a two-part video kind of because I filmed some of it yesterday, but I'm about to clean out the truck right now. I've got a friend that's coming over. She's gonna help me put my new seat in, so I've got to get all the mess cleaned out of there. So all we got to do is unbolt it and swap it out. Alright, well, I've got the towels and everything taken out of the seat. You can tell what I mean about it being structurally in bad shape. There's a lot of springs and stuff missing. There's trash in the seat, don't judge me. Anyway, this sucker is coming out of here.
Watch out, baby. Watch out. Bubba, watch out. Excuse me. Move your fat head. Okay. You just stay right there, alright? You just stay right there. Thank you for your help.
Alright, I've got everything cleaned out, got it all swept out. It's ready for the new seat to go in. Here's the bolt holes for the old one, 2x2 right here. I think the new one's got 2 in the back and 1 in front or something, so we're gonna have to fab that up a little bit, but here we go. Alright, so this is how the new seat bolts up. The bolt right there and a bolt right here. And I actually wanted to keep these because these actually move forward and backwards pretty well. But unfortunately, the seat's a lot lower. These stands are a lot lower than my other one, so it was hitting the hump in the middle. It's hitting this hump right here. So what I'm going to do is take my feet off my old one, bolt those to my new one, and I think it'll work, but thought you're supposed to use a guard. Well guys, it's the next morning, and here's the truck. I ended up putting the blanket on the bottom already because that's just how I'm gonna have it, but boom. Brand new seat. Well, not brand new, but definitely brand new to me. The only difference really is that it rides about 2 inches lower right here, which I don't mind one bit, but seat works great. If I'm honest, I went through hell, me and my friend. We took the brackets off of this seat, to move them over, but they didn't fall because you can see this one actually has a little plate that sticks off of the main frame, so it bolted here instead of actually bolting up here, so it's off by a couple inches. Hi puppy. I gotta get a new cable for my CB. But the feet actually lined up perfectly, and I was able to use the original bolt holes, so man, couldn't have went better. Very grateful. Got a new seat in my truck. Okay, I didn't explain that very well. I did say it right, but this is the piece for my old seat that bolted to the top of the seat. Okay, it's got a little channel groove like that. Now this is, I don't have the other ones because they're on the seat, but what I did was I cut this channel groove so I could take the slide out of this one. Okay, the slide is what bolts to the floor. Okay, so this is the slide from my old seat. The feet didn't land well. This is actually a piece of the foot that goes to my floor. It didn't land very well on my floor either, and the seat was way too low. So what I did was I used this part that actually bolts to the new seat that was already on there. Okay, and all I did was cut out the little slide that had my original feet that go to the floor. Okay, and so basically this just slides in like that. This part's bolted to the seat, this part's bolted to the floor. This part is from my new seat, this part is from my old seat. I don't know how it worked, but the bolt holes lined up perfectly, so anyway, I wanted to explain that a little better in case somebody goes through what I went through. I appreciate you guys watching. I'm very, very grateful to have a new seat. Don't judge me for my old seat. It really wasn't a bother. You guys have a good day, and I'll see you next time. You have a good night. You want to see some flowers? That one's almost dead. Also, some flowers on my Kentucky pole beans and some Kentucky pole beans. I feel bad because I still haven't fixed my trellis. Here's some more flowers down here. Alright guys, thanks for watching. See you next time.